So I was scrolling through Facebook this weekend, taking in the latest news, and I saw this viral post from a man named Jacob Bishop. It really struck me. According to Bishop, Beto O'Rourke, running against Senator Ted Cruz in Texas for that Senate seat, took the time to take down his number during a meet and greet to help him get the attention of the Veterans Administration. Bishop, like many other veterans, appears to have had some difficulty getting assistance from the VA. In this specific instance, though, difficulty having the VA fulfill its obligation to him in paying for his education, for which he is qualified and has earned. Jacob notes in this post that Beto met with him for only 2 minutes, which Jacob describes as going out of his way to help him. By the way, it wasn't going out of his way, that's his job. And that this 2-minute meeting, a 2-minute meeting resulted ultimately in Beto helping Jacob receive the benefits from the VA that he had earned to help him get through school. This certainly highlights the important race in Texas between Beto O'Rourke and Ted Cruz, and the choice the citizens face in voting for a person like Beto who genuinely cares for his constituents, doing his job to help them. And a guy like Ted Cruz, who is a spineless politician who will say whatever he needs to in order to get reelected. But before I get too far into the Texas race, I want to circle back and explain why this post resonated so much with me. You see, I ran into an almost identical issue as Jacob. As a disabled veteran of the United States Marine Corps, I qualify for certain VA benefits. And I couldn't get anybody with the VA to call me back. Dozens of calls, leaving dozens of messages, followed by endless waiting, months and months wasted, unable to get anybody to help from the country I faithfully served so loyally for so many years. Now, eventually, I came to the conclusion. I decided to visit my congressman. Everybody always says, call your congressman. Rohrabacher, a Republican who represents the 48th District of California. I figured, hey, he's a Republican, right? He constantly talks a big, giant game about his love of the flag and the troops. And with all that talk, he must value the military and will certainly prioritize a disabled Marine Corps veteran who has hit a bureaucratic roadblock, unable to receive care from the VA. Right? Yeah, wrong. I went to his district office in Huntington Beach and was met by Kathleen Staunton, his district director. I explained in great detail the difficulty I was having with the VA, and they took a bunch of my information, assuring me that Rohrabacher would get to the bottom of this. Because not only am I a constituent, I'm a veteran and a United States Marine, and Rohrabacher ostensibly has a great fondness for them. Look, in the moment, I thought it would be smooth sailing from then on because of the passion and the appreciation they showed, which culminated when I was leaving. I said goodbye and I shook Kathleen's hand. She said, thank you for your service, which it's a common thing people say, kind of a courtesy. I said, thank you for saying that. And that's when, while still shaking hands, she reached out with her left hand to grab my arm, looking directly into my eyes and said, no, I'm serious. Thank you very much for your service and sacrifice to this great nation. And then she said something about heroes and patriotism in an effort to really convey how much service meant to Congressman Rohrabacher. All without breaking eye contact, still holding on to my hand and my arm. While the sentiment was appreciated, it went on for way too long and was awkward and way over the top. And maybe the awkwardness of it and the over-the-topness of the whole spectacle was amplified by the fact that Congressman Rohrabacher didn't do anything to help me. In fact, not only did I never hear from them again, I couldn't get a single one of my many phone calls returned after that day. I would have rather had them tell me they couldn't help me than to have led me on with assurances based on their deep and abiding love and respect for the military and its disabled veterans like me. Rohrabacher is like too many Republicans in Congress. He blusters about his patriotism and virtue signals about loving and respecting the military. But that's it. It's nothing more than lip service. All around the country, voters are facing important choices in their particular elections. We are not living in normal times. We are watching as our democracy becomes more and more vulnerable as each day passes because of the corruption and self-dealing in Washington. Americans are concerned with how we stop this madness and inject some reason and actual patriotism into the halls of Congress. Luckily, we still have our vote. As I've said many times, Republicans do not have a monopoly on patriotism, nor on concern for vets or military. In Texas, with Beto O'Rourke, and right here in the 48th District of California with Harley Rouda, we have solid candidates who are ready to send two of the worst fake-triots on Capitol Hill packing. Well, California, the last day to register to vote online is October 22nd. In Texas, your last day to register to vote, either in person or through the mail, is October 9th. Please register to vote. Get your family, friends, hell, even your neighbors to register. To make extraordinary things happen, it takes extraordinary effort. This is our moment. Every single vote counts. You can make a difference.